Hello everyone, my name is Laura Milligan. Thank you for joining me today. This is my weekly Facebook Live I do every Monday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I have some cute things to share with you today. And I want to start by just giving you a quick glimpse at these cards. This is my B box for October. I just released this class last week, and I've already gotten a great response. I think everyone has fallen in love with these squirrels. This features the Nuts About Squirrels stamp set, and it is $35 for this class, and it is offered to go, so it can be for anyone in the United States if you're local or anywhere in the U.S. And included in the class is over $22 in product and kits to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different super cute designs, if I do say so myself, and then a PDF for each of the projects, and that would include a photo of the card, measurements, all the supplies that I've used, and also a video. So I walk you through how to put each of the cards together, so you can stamp right along with me, and hopefully the video will answer any questions that you might have. This is perfect for any level of stamper. If you don't have the Nuts About Squirrel stamp set, you can add it on for $17. And it is a super, super cute class. I will be putting a link to registration on this Facebook Live in the description when I finish up here today. So don't miss out on this really cute class and a chance to make these super cute cards. Well, first I want to tell you about something. I'm doing something a little bit different today. I have an ordering special this week. I've had ordering specials before, but never one just like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm making 3 cards today, and if you place an order this week, I have a special host code just for orders received this week. And if you place an order of $35 or more in product, I will send you the card kits to make each one of these cards. Now, there won't be any stamped images in them. That's a policy with Stampin' Up, but you will have all the parts and pieces, and you'll be able to assemble them using your own stamps, or maybe you're going to want to purchase the bundle that I'm showcasing today. So if you place a $35 order or more, you will get these kits. I will mail them to you sometime next week. You have until Friday to put your order in using the special host code. And if your order is $50, I have a free B program. And with my free B program, you get 1 B for every $50 in product that you purchase. And after you accumulate 10 Bs, you get a $40 shopping spree as my way of thanking you for being a loyal customer. Now, I have another special that I'm offering this month, and I am going to allow you to double dip, if you will. If your order is $75 or more this month, it's an online order. You are able to select an embossing folder of your choice. You just have to email me after you put your order in and tell me which one you would like. And that is for online orders only, not club or class orders. It's a separate offer for online orders. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my view down. Let me go ahead and do that. Whoop, there we go. And this is my little brochure about the Nuts About Squirrels B box. Registration is open now. It ends on October 28th. I will be putting, like I said, a link to register when I'm done with my Facebook Live today. And I'm going to set that aside. And then I want to point out this host code here. This is what you would use for a $35 or more order today, and that will let me know when you use this host code. That will let me know that you are looking to receive the card kits for the cards I'm making today in the mail. If you go to lauramilligan.com, that is my blog, and you will see a little box on the sidebar that says shop. And if you click on that, that will take you directly to my online store, and that way, that's the easiest way to know for certain that you are shopping with me. Okay, so I'm going to start today by pulling out the cards I made last week, and I always give those away. So by commenting and sharing my post today, you have a chance of winning these cards. So I'm going to flip this over. This one is going to Lane Allen. She is my sister-in-law, and I love her, and I know she loves squirrels and birds, and so I'm going to send this to you, Lane. I do have your address. And then this card using the Christmas cloche bundle, such a pretty wintry card. This is going to Juanita. So Juanita, I have your address as well, and so I will put this in the mail for you. I'll get those out today. All right, so what I'm doing today is featuring the Sparkle of the Season bundle. This is from our July to December mini catalog, and I love this bundle because it hits like all the different fall seasons. There's Halloween, Happy Halloween, there's Merry Christmas greeting, there's a grateful, thankful for you, and the May the Sparkle of the Season warm your heart. So there's a lot you can do with this bundle, and I have 3 different cards I'm going to make. I will be putting a different card up on my blog sometime this afternoon. It's just not quite ready yet, but that will be going up a little bit later, so be sure to check that out. So the first card I'm going to make is a Halloween card. And let me pull out the parts and pieces. And I don't know, I never know. Do you like to watch me? You'll have to let me know. Do you like to watch me do this and not know what the final project is going to look like? Or do you like to see the final project and just watch me put it together? Let me know. Leave a comment. I'm going to show you this one. This is my finished card. It is a Halloween theme, and I just think it's super cute. So let me show you. I'm going to, you know what, I'll just set that right there like that. And let's see, I need a card base. Here it is. I'm like, okay, I'm already starting out looking for something. Here's my card base. It is thick basic white. I'm going to go ahead and give that a nice crisp fold. Hi, Joyce from New Mexico. That's fun. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so for this card, I have everything prepped just to save a little time, but my first panel that's going to go down is a quarter panel of the thick basic white. It is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And okay, so people like seeing the finished card first so far. Okay, looks like that's kind of a unanimous so far with the few comments that I've gotten. So keep commenting, let me know. This is the, I'm going to bring in this embossing folder. This is called Time Worn Type. It is new in our mini catalog. It's kind of a cluster of typewritten fonts and that sort of thing. It's really cute. I really like it a lot. It's good for all kinds of different cards. So I'm going to go ahead and take my glue and just attach this panel. So it looks like Debbie likes to see the finished card first. Hi, Anne-Marie. How are you? Thanks for coming, showing up today, joining in. Okay, so we're going to do this. Go ahead and attach that. And then I have a couple pieces of designer paper. And this pattern is from one of our color families. This is from the Brights family, and this is Mango Melody. And it is cut 3 by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. And I don't know, you could use either side. Either one would work. I'm going to do this just because it's different from my sample. I'm going to put this over here, I think. There you go. Then you can see what I'm doing. All right. Okay, so I guess people like to see the finished card first. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Hi, Judy Milligan. How are you today? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here, like that. I love these color families of designer paper. The patterns are just cute and fun. All right, next I'm going to add another piece of designer paper, and this one is a little dot pattern. There's the other side of it. This is from the, oh, I can't think of the name of it. I wrote it down and now I don't know where I put it. It's the host host paper. Oh, here it is. It's Pattern pattern party. So if you host a party or even just put in a big order yourself of $150 or more, this Pattern Party DSP is something that you can get as part of your host rewards. And it is a double-sized pack of 12 by 12 paper. One side is all black and white patterns, and then the flip side is more colorful patterns, which I really like, and it's been very, very popular. I've had a lot of people select that as their free host product. That is called Pattern Party. It is in the very back of our annual catalog. So I'm just going to pop this up. Judy's doing just dandy. That's good. Judy, you and Bill travel. You guys are always going somewhere. That's fun. You should. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add that on there. And then I'm going to bring in my stamping that I need to do. And for this, so let me show you. This is the stamp set. And for this one, I'm going to use Happy Halloween. And then I want to show you the dies. This is a big set of dies. It's actually 3 different wreaths, and then all kinds of different sprigs, leaves. There's a witch's broom, the bats, some different leaves. This image right here, I'm going to turn this so you can see. I looked at that, and I was like, you know, it looks like a cat, and I thought that'd be cute with this Halloween theme, like by the pumpkin or something. Well, then doesn't that look like a cat? Can you see that? Then I realized what it was is the die that goes with this image. So it's not a cat after all, but I think you could use it as that. Kind of a funny looking cat though. His head's sort of small. I don't know. But anyway, those are the dies. And so for my Halloween card today, I used the stars, which I think is so cute. And this kind of a wreath, stars, would be great for graduation, Halloween, Christmas. You can use stars 4th of July. You can use stars for a lot of different things. So I'm going to start with my Happy Halloween stamp. This is a photopolymer stamp set. So as you know, I've told you all before, I like to stamp on a mat. You want to stamp on something that gives a little bit. And if you have just some kind of a little cushion. Okay. Hi, Lucy. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you too. I will be emailing everybody that's coming and everyone that got it to go in the next day. So you will look for that email and explain everything. We're really looking forward to it. We have been working. We've been busy in my studio getting ready for that event. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead. That is pretty crooked. I'm going to flip this over. See if I can see better what I'm doing here. That looks straighter. Okay, that's better. All right. And then what I'm going to do is just flag the ends. And to do that, well, first of all, this is a little bit too big. I'm going to snip it there. And then what I do is just go in the middle a little ways and then go from corner up to that slit on both sides. And that's how I do that. All right. Set this aside, my scraps. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to get rid of my ink so that I don't get it somewhere where I don't want it to be. Okay. So I'm going to just start with my star wreath, and I did this in Crumb Cake. So that's just going to be adhered right there. So let me get my glue. Hi, Sarah. My sister's on. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Yeah, Colleen, do you see the cat as well? I thought that was kind of funny. I mean, and it works. It would be cute with a Halloween card. Okay, so I'm going to put this in place. I just give it a minute to hold. Okay. Then I cut, and I'm going to show you. I used the little dies. I cut a pumpkin. And I did that in pumpkin pie cardstock. And then I cut 3 bats. And this is the die for the bat. So cute. I'm using 3 of those. And that's all I needed for this. So I'm going to put these back here. I love the star wreath. Now it's just a matter of gluing these things in place. So I'm going to attach my bats. I didn't pop these up. You could, but I'm just going to kind of stick them right on the wreath. I am not a fan of bats in real life, but I think on a card like this, they're pretty cute. And we'll glue the last one. Right there, they're just scattered across the wreath. Then I have my cute little pumpkin, and I love the detail of this, that each little section, that there's an open space between those. So I'm going to just attach this to the wreath. Just going to go right there, like that. Isn't that cute? I love Halloween. I think it's just fun. Okay, then I am going to take some of this black glittered ribbon. I just thought it would be fun to add some sparkle to this, so I'm just going to take a little piece and I'm going to pick up some glue dots. It's almost time for Halloween. I can't believe it, but it does. The past couple of days, we've had a little bit of a change in the weather, and it feels like fall now, so that's good. Okay, so then I'm going to just attach my words. They're going to go across here like that. I almost put my crooked side up. Okay, it's going to go like that, and I am going to pop these up with some dimensionals. And this is going to go right over my glittered ribbon. Just like that. Okay. And then there's a die for this cute little witch's broom. And I just thought that would be fun to stick on here. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to put it this way or this way, but I sort of liked it this way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to adhere that with a glue dot right on the base of the broom. Let's see. There's a glue dot right there. Yeah, I love the bats. Yeah, and Wendy, you're so sweet. I love the sparkly black ribbon, and I mean, to me, Halloween is kind of sparkly and fun like that. So, okay, then I'm going to take some linen thread, and I just took a piece. You don't need a real long piece, but that should probably be big enough. And I folded it in half. I'm going to cut it down here, and then I'm going to cut this in half. And I always have people ask me how to do these double ribbons, and what I do is just use this as if it's one piece. Don't even think that you're using two pieces, because I think people maybe get confused by that. I've had questions about that. So just act like you're just tying it with one piece of linen thread. And that's how I do it. So then you get that double bow, which is kind of fun. And I like to sort of finagle it a little bit and pull those bows apart a little bit like that. And then I'm going to take another glue dot. What did we ever do without glue dots, right? I've used those for so many different things. Okay. And then I'm going to put that on the base of the broom there. And there is my finished card. And is that not so cute? Isn't it fun? I love this broom. I think it's so cute in the pumpkin. Oh, and then to finish it, so we have these really cool, these are called Cute Stars Adhesive Back Sequins. And of course they're cute, right? But I thought it would be fun to just add one of these on my pumpkin. So I'm just going to use a small black. I thought about I mean, any of these really. This color is pretty. They're sort of iridescent, and so I just picked up one of the small ones and just put it on the edge of my pumpkin there. So that's how I finished up that card. So what do you think? I think it's pretty cute. So now I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to switch gears here. Now I'm going to do a fall card. And this one was also really fun to make. It's using the same bundle, Sparkle of the Season. And since it seems like you all like to see the card before I make it, I always think it's fun to kind of surprise you. But I'm going to show it to you. Here's the next card I'm going to make. And it is very simple, but I guess that's what I like about it. So, okay. So this does not have a lot of stamping to it. It's mainly using the dies. And so I'm going to start by stamping the word grateful using Crumb Cake ink. Everybody likes this. Yeah, this is a pretty card. It's totally different than the Halloween card. And I love that because it shows with one bundle how many different looks. This one in particular is so versatile, like I said. Fall, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this Crumb Cake ink. Okay. I'm going to set that aside a minute, and that is actually all I'm going to be stamping on this. So I am going to take my wreath. I cut it 3 times. I cut it in Pale Papaya, Very Vanilla, and Crumb Cake. And one of the things that I like to do is to mix my neutrals, like mix my vanilla, my Very Vanilla cardstock with my Thick Basic White. I like that look. Let me just pop this part out here. These cut so easily. There's just a couple little pieces here that are stuck, but I ran these through, cut these out with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And so what I'm going to do is start with my Pale Papaya wreath. And yeah, isn't that pretty? And what I want to do is just kind of stagger. I'm going to do the Crumb Cake next, and I'm just going to turn it because I don't want it to be all lined up the same. So I'm just going to offset these like that. I just sort of positioned it in place first, just sort of offsetting it, and then I'll do the same with this. And I just want to kind of have leaves just scattered all the way around, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to pick this up, and I'm actually going to probably try working from behind and just putting a little bit of glue on some of this crumb cake here. It's probably easier to do this just by holding it in my hand. I'm just going to go around. It doesn't have to take a lot. I'm not putting it on the leaves. I'm going to go ahead and hold. I'm going to take this away. I'm going to hold that down a little bit. It might be easier. I was thinking it'd be easier to do it from behind, but you know what? I'm going to just flip it over. I thought that's what I did when I made my sample, but okay. Okay, we'll just adjust that. And that looks like it's pretty secure. All right, so then I'm going to find where I want these to go, and that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead. This is probably easier. I'm just going to dab some glue on some of the thicker parts of this die. I'm not doing the leaves, and I'll show you why in a minute. Just a couple of those, and before I push it down, I'm going to make sure, yep, that looks pretty good. That's kind of where I want it to be. And then what I did was I actually pulled very carefully, I reached behind and like pulled out some of the leaves, the different colors from the lower wreaths. I just wanted to pull some of those up. I thought that made it look pretty. So I'm just carefully pulling up. These are the Pale Papaya. Here's a Crumb Cake one. I'll pull that up. And I just thought it helped give the wreath a little dimension. And even some of the very vanilla ones that are on the top, I thought it was pretty to kind of make, like this one, I'm going to pull that under there. I just sort of wanted to intertwine the different colors together and pull up some of those leaves. See, it just makes it look, it gives it some dimension. I think it makes it look a little, that's just prettier, I guess. So pull those. Here's a little one. I'm going to pull that and bend it back like that. Okay, and that looks pretty good. And you can just take your time doing this. I think it makes it look so pretty. Okay, so there's that. Isn't that pretty? And then this is going to just be mounted on my quarter sheet of white. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and the embossing folder I used is called Bark, and it looks like bark. It looks like a tree bark. That's one of the extra thick 3D embossing folders. So now I'm going to add some glue, and this is what I'm going to use to attach it to my card. So I'm going to be a little more generous in the amount of glue, or where I'm putting the glue, I guess I should say, because I want this to be very secure on my card. I'm going to just give this a minute. But I think it looks so pretty to curl up these leaves like this. And, you know, it's going to go in an envelope. It'll be flattened a little bit, but I think just by taking that little extra effort, they're still going to pop up when someone takes it out of their envelope. So I like to just push these back. I think that's pretty. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this across here, and I'm going to go ahead and angle the end. Let's see, I had scissors here somewhere. Where did I? There they are. They're buried alive. I'm going to go ahead and angle this end, and that's going to be, I'm just going to snip a little bit of this off there. And this I'm going to attach right on my wreath, and I'm just going to do that with a little bit of glue. It's going to just tuck right in there. I'm just going to put glue on each side. I'm not popping this up because it's going to be popped up enough just by being on all these layers. Okay, so that's going to be there like that. And then I'm going to do a double bow. And you know how to do this because I just showed you, right? We're going to take a double piece and cut it in half. Go ahead and tie a bow. I let this one because it's the wreath is bigger. I used a bigger piece of twine because I wanted this to have a longer tail. I'm not sure if this one right now, I didn't cut real big, but I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I like the longer strands of twine hanging down, and that's just going to be tucked right there. So I'm going to do that with a glue dot. I love pale papaya. I think it's such a pretty color, and it goes with a lot of things. Like it's a pretty versatile color. I'm really liking it. So okay, that's just going to go right there, and I'm going to even up these just a little bit. It's fine to have them a little bit different size, but okay, so there's that. And then all I did was attach this. Like I said, I like to mix white with very vanilla. I think that's a really pretty look. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my bone folder, give that a nice fold, and then this is just going to be attached onto my card front with my Tombow glue. I'm loving this bundle. I will say it did not jump out at me when I first got a first glance at this catalog, but like anything, you know, once you use it, when I took a closer look and I realized how versatile it was, I really knew I had to get it. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put it, looks like I need a little bit more glue right there. Sometimes when you're embossing, well, what did I do here? I'll just pull it back. I know that because this is embossed, sometimes you have to add a little extra glue. Give that a second to stick there. Okay, and then to finish this up, I just added a few embellishments. These are the Champagne Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I thought they kind of pulled all the colors of this wreath together. And I just sprinkled a few of these around my wreath. And there's a couple different sizes. There's 2 different sizes. So you can put any of those where you want. And I wanted to tuck some outside of the wreath as well. So I did a little bit of both. I like to put them right on the ends of some of the leaves, like on the stem. I think that looks really pretty. Let's see, I'll tuck one right there. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. You could do as many, many as you want. Okay, so there is my finished card. That is card number 2, clearly with a theme of gratitude. And, really, this could be used year-round. I think the colors, I was thinking of it more fall, Thanksgiving, which is, a time of gratitude. But I really feel like we can be grateful and should be grateful all year round. And you could send this to anyone at any time of the year, really, with these colors. Okay. So that's card number 2. And then card number 3 is a Christmas card. And this is kind of different. It's that. And what I decided to do, let me pull these parts and pieces out here. So what I decided to do with this is a totally different look. And I wanted to really point out some different ways that you could use this bundle. So what I'm doing with this one is using this stamp. There is a wreath that is, let me show you this die. It's like evergreen, and I thought about using that, but I wanted to use this stamp. So let me show you how this card goes together. And I will be putting, like I said, another card using this bundle on my blog later this afternoon. So, okay, so for this one, let me put this over here so you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to start with, and let me make sure I have my ribbon. Where is my ribbon? I might be able to reach some right here. I do. Okay, when I get to that part, I'll just have to grab it. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to start by stamping the wreath, and I did that with Crumb Cake ink. It seems like I'm using Crumb Cake a lot today. It's a good color, right? Crumb Cake is a good color. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this. And I think this in itself adds a lot of versatility to this bundle. Okay, so that's that. Isn't that cool? And you actually could use this and then put one of the die cut shapes on top of it if you really wanted to, fill that in. Here's my ribbon. It was sitting right there. All right. So then what I did was I took, I'm just going to use a scrap paper here, and I did a little stamping. I stamped some pine cones, and I stamped some pine boughs. And so the pine cones, I'm just going to stamp a couple of these here. I used 3 for my card. Do a little bit of stamping. Aren't those cute? And then with the Evening Evergreen, I stamped these little pine boughs. I stamped 3 of those. Isn't that a pretty color? Well, I like that. I'm just going to stamp 3 of those. This may not fit on my scrap paper. There we go. Okay, so I did those. And then I used the dies. Here's the pine cone die. And then there is the pine bough die, which is that. So I ran that through my die cutting machine. And set that aside. Here are these pieces all die cut. 3 of each. And I'm going to set, well, you know what? Whoop, I'm going to do one other stamp. Do I have my word panel here? You know what? I can just grab one if I don't. It's probably hiding where my ribbon was. Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to just reach in my drawer here. I saved these little strips like this, and they're from when I'm cutting cardstock. I always have these little quarter pieces, and so I'm just going to stamp this. May the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home. So pretty. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on here. Okay. Let's set that aside. Okay. I'm going to set that aside a minute. Well, actually, you know what? While I have this here, I'm going to just angle this end like that. And now I'm going to set it aside. Now, before I add these pieces, I'm going to show you something fun. I really love to do this, and I'm going to slide these off of here for a second, and I'm just going to spatter. See how I have these spatters? Let me hold this up. I hope you can see it. See those splatters on there? It just sort of fills in some of the white space, and so I'm going to use my Crumb Cake blend. This is the dark Crumb Cake blend, and as you know, they have a bullet point and a brush tip. I'm going to use the brush tip, and what I'm going to do is hold this and then take my bone folder and just hit it kind of hard like that, and see how I've just added some flex to that. And it's a really fun thing to do, and it's fun to try. You should definitely try that. Okay, now we're ready to put this all together. So I'm going to start. Let me pick these back up again. Okay. And for these, I'm going to start with mini glue dots. And, well, first thing I'm going to do is just add some sprigs. This one is going to just be flat on this end here, like where the base of it is. And then I'm going to put a mini dimensional at the top. I do this sometimes with flowers. I pop up the flower, but leave the base of it flat. And I know I probably told you this before. I learned that from my talented stamping friend, Constance. I know she's not on Facebook, but she watches my replays. So Constance, thank you for that tip. And so this one now, because it's going to go over the top of the other, or it's going to go over that other bow, I'm going to go ahead and just pop both ends of this up. I'm going to put that about right there like that. Oops, I forgot to pull the back off, I think, because it's not sticking. Yep, there we go. Okay, there it's sticking. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to keep the end flat and pop up the end of the bow. So I'll put a dimensional there. Put my Tombow adhesive glue here, and I'll just put this in place. It's going to be like that. It's a really different kind of Christmas wreath, but I think it's fun. Fun to switch things up. And this I'm going to just tuck here. Oops. Sorry, I think I'm taking these off and I'm not. That's going to just be tucked right there. And then these two are going to be clustered up at the top. Yeah, so I have a big one-day holiday retreat on Saturday, and we have been working very, very hard, preparing, having so much fun, and I can hardly wait for those that are attending either in person or to go to see the projects, because they are super, super cute. It's been really, really a lot of fun. It's very exciting. Some brand new people attending this time, so that's always fun as well. Okay, so I'm going to do those like that, and then I just added some embellishments, and what I used were the metallic pearls. Excuse me. These come in brushed gold and silver. You get both in the pack. And I had just a random piece left over of the gold. So I'm going to go ahead and finish those up. So I'm just going to pick these up with my Take Your Pick tool and just scatter these around my wreath. They just sort of add a little bit of sparkle. Okay. And again, you can do as little or as many of these as you like. Okay, so there is that, and now we're just going to put this all together. So I'm going to use a white card base. And I'm going to build this on a 1/4 sheet of white, and this is just going to be attached flat. I'm not popping that up. I'm going to start with my Designer Series paper. This is from the Pansy paper. I can't think of what it is, but it's Pansy paper. I don't know. I'll just say that. Okay, and then this is going to just fit right on here. It's cut almost the same size as, well, it is the same width as this 1/4 sheet. So we'll go ahead and attach that. Yes, you know, Colleen, I miss Lucy, and I need to figure out a time to get her over here because I want to stamp with her again, and I know you all love to see her. I'll have to tell her that people have been asking for her. We all just love her. All right, so I got that done, and then I'm going to just pop up my wreath. I think this is a really unique looking card. Different way to use the dies and the parts and pieces of this bundle. Okay, I'm going to pull these off, and I'll just position this. I'm just going to center this on that square like that. And then I'm going to take a piece of my ribbon. This is gold shimmer ribbon. And I'm just going to put this here, and then I'm just going to cut it a little bit wider and attach this to the back. I'm going to use I like to use my Stampin' Seal to hold ribbon like that in place. I'm just going to do that, and then this will go across here like this, and I'll just add a teeny little dab there. That'll secure that. And then I'm going to go ahead and angle the edge there. Look how easy this is a newer pair of paper snips. Actually, Stampin' Up gave them to us. Look how cute the little Stampin' Up charm is. They spoil us. All right, and then we're going to take our words. Mine have been buried alive. I think maybe these are, no, that's not them. Where did I put them? There they are. I tell you, things disappear when you have all this, all this that you're sharing. Okay, and then so this, I'm just going to offset a little bit, and I'm going to use my mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to put them towards the lower side of this, of the bottom part of this panel. Just like that. Oh, you're sweet, Colleen. Thank you. You're sweet. Okay, so there we have that. And then, Colleen, you just made my day. That's so sweet. Thank you. All right, and so then I'm going to just put this right here. And like I said, I'm going to attach it with my Tombow. Put that in place here. And there is my third card, and that is a Christmas theme. May the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home. So which is your favorite? I'm just curious. Which one did you like best today? I'm not sure which one I like best. I kind of like this one just because it's different. I also really love the Grateful card. Let me put those in here. And then the Halloween. So these are my 3 cards. Actually, let me pull this out of the way. I think you'll be able to see them better. Whoop. Oh boy. Okay, so there they are. Those are my 3 cards. If you leave a comment, you'll be in the drawing to win these. And let me remind you, I have an ordering special. And like I said, I have never done this before. I'm just going to try it. Thought I might as well give it a try. If you place a $35 order between now and this Friday, which is the 22nd, using this host code, that will let me know that you would like to receive the kits to make these 3 cards. Now, I won't have any stamping. We don't include stamping, but we will do the die cutting and that for you. So that's a $35 order. And if you place a $50 order, you'll qualify for one of my freebie points, and you accumulate 10 of those, you get $40 in free product of your choice. It's my loyalty program for all my loyal customers, and I know that they love that. And I have another special ordering special that I'm offering for the whole month, and that is with the $75 order or more, you will get to receive an embossing folder of your choice. So you can double dip and take advantage of all of those. And so these are my 3 cards. You can go to lauramilligan.com to shop. Please use this host code. And I'm going to go ahead and switch my phone back. So people are liking the Christmas. Tanae says she likes them all. Myra likes all. Myra's sweet. Myra's my sunshine friend. She's the best. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that many of you will take advantage of my ordering special. I'd be very grateful, and thank you for stopping by today. I hope to see you next time, and as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.